People do things because it seems right to them at that moment. Everyone have a journey in life. We journeys are not the same. I met people that are gangsters, that are very nice people, they're very humble people, but don't step on their toes. Don't step on the people's toes. I know even the parole board, I tell them, I learned a lot from my brothers in the gang, from the 26ers. Even from the 28s, the Nongoloses, and then Gangesbes, the Air Force, and the Big Fives. I made good friends, although he was a Big Five. I made a long friend, although he's a 28. But sometimes we pull different wagons, different trains, because sometimes we clash. We clash, we get over it. I can explain to you one incident. I was busy drawing horns on my face here. I wanted to tattoo horns on my face. And knives here in my neck, here. And what happened? Our mountain. It's a very, very good friend of mine. I don't know if you recognize me, contact me, please. He was fighting with the oak doing the tattoos. So actually he was like a mentor to me. He was protecting me because about when I'm out of prison now, maybe 15, 16 years. You know, sometimes I lie and think, what would have happened if I had my face tattooed? What if my fellow brother in 26 didn't stand up for me while I was a dom, I was a mugo, I didn't see what I was doing? Because the anger and the hate that people causes you make you blind to see there's really a concern for you as a person and not what you can do for the gangster or who you are. When you step into prison, the warden, they open a file for you with your ID and blah, blah, blah. By the prisoners, in the prison as well. We as Poshuas, we're opening a file for you. You got a file, but you can't see it, but your file is there. Your file goes with our mouth. Your deeds will go with us, you see. And now, I know some people who, you must see, they put the tattoo between their toes. Why would you put your 28 or 26 tattoo? Well, we as 26, we never tattoo there. Mine is tattooed on my arms because I'm proud to be a 26. That's the way I felt towards my gang-related or gang, what you can call it. I used to tattoo for a living. I had plenty tracings. I still got some of my tracings that I use in prison. I still have it. And we made our own tattoo machines. Maybe sometime if there's an opportunity, I still got a machine that I made, a homemade tattoo machine I can maybe show the people, it doesn't matter. But that is how we do it. We use, and you know you're locked up from 3 o'clock till 9 o'clock the next morning. So you must have yourself entertained. Tattoo. The coloring, I got colorful, it's just cold today, I got a long sleeve on. But we like our colorings. We made it with the plaka, PVA plaka, because you know in prison there's teams that go, not all the prisons has their teams. There is working teams that goes out cleaning the gardens. There's people going working at the parkoker. There's people go working by the dairy. And we got building, people that doing building, learning skills, welding. But not all the prison have that. And that's where we get the coloring from. It's plaka, you know, PVA plaka that they use to change the color of the paint. And then I know some people, they tattoo themselves with zombies. That zombie, that's it that you burn, the rubber, and zombie, yeah. We used stove polish, Zebo stove polish that they clean the boilers with. You know, when you're clouded, your mind, your heart is clouded, that you will do things. When you sit and look back into your life, did I really do that stuff? Did I really do it? Yo, I can't believe it. People get judged and condemned in prisons. There's a stigma to gangsters. There's the stigma to being a prisoner. We all have choices to make. We must live with the choices we do. But we don't need to be reminded of the wrong choices we've done. Because why? We must accept we done wrong in life. When you get out of prison, you paid it in full. You paid it in full. That's why I can sit here and talk about it, because I know in my heart what I've done wrong, I've paid for it. I lost a lot in that 13 years in my life, but it was also a journey to know what went wrong in my life. All this time in prison, in gangsterism, everything that I've done my whole life. The bondage that I was supposed to have for my daughter, I lost it. Things that are gone, you can't buy time back, no matter what you do. We can try and better it. But what is gone is gone. There's no way you can replace it. And this is my message. I just want my fellow South African man, no matter what, just to have a mindset change. Think about the future. Think what you have done. Think what you have left behind. Because there is greatness in every one of us, no matter what. Yeah, some people walk hard roads. Other people got smooth roads. But your destiny is never the same. You know, even the first time when I drove in the Goma from Sonderwater back to Krugersdorp, I couldn't believe the roads. I didn't know where I were. Because life is going so fast outside. You can't believe it. You know, in prison it stays the same. This is A section, B section, C section. It stays the same. After 10 years come back in the same prison, it stays the same. But outside, where there was veld, there's malls. Where there were no roads, there's roads. You don't know where you are. It's very confusing. Very confusing. And I think people must understand that. Prison is not nice. Get it into your heads. It's not nice. It destroys people. If you're not strong in your heart, it's destroying people. It's destroying them. Yeah, there must be law. We must go to prison for what we've done wrong. That man been sentenced 2 years for stealing a bread. When he gets out, don't you, as the public, condemn him another 50 years of his life because he stole the bread. Yeah, I got ranks in a gangster. I mean, I've been in prison nearly 13 years. You know, I used to smuggle dagga. I even made my own mother to bring me pills into the prison. What if I catches my mother with that? You know, I went so far as even to take wire and make it like a screw. Because people were carrying, you know, smokkel, dagga. We make pokes. And then they up it, we call it, you put it in the valiant's boot. The new ones come in, a copy, lock, put sack, vang him hier, catch the wall, you presenteer them. Because then the donkeys is coming in with the stuff, we call them donkeys, we give the muntokabawas, the lalas, they must come in with the stuff. And then you get the clevers they want to smuggle, and it's our right to smuggle, you see. And then we, soap, the pokes must come out, some people swallow the money. That's why I say there's a lot of stuff going on in prison that people not aware of. And I'm really shy to tell about all that stuff because, you know, it's really not good things. It's really not. In prison society, it's acceptable because that's the way we live. That's the way we live, or the way we used to live. That's why we must look into ourselves and ask yourself and see where was your wrongs, where was your mistakes. What can I do from today on forward to improve everything around me? I mean, just to give you an example, the officer that signed me out of prison, the time when I started my sentence, he was a recruit working in the visiting room. The day when they discharged me, he was a captain. He was so glad because I know I had a lot of stuff that I was doing wrong, and he couldn't believe the gates of prison opened for me. When I left the prison, I had the experience, a wonderful experience there. What you call it in English? I repented. I had salvation, and you know, the moment Jesus Christ turned my life around, it was it was the most glorious moment in my life. Because it was like a burden going down. There's people doing kairos, and we were 426s. They sent us plenty prisons. I mean, we went 7 prisons in 1 week. That when you get into the prison gate, they refuse you entry. So my life was really rock bottom. My life was, yeah, I think even the pits of hell refused me at that time, because I couldn't walk into a prison without being refused. I was going from Sonderwater. There was stuff going on in Sonderwater, C-section. A lot of blood on the grounds in the Pagasal. And, okay, sent us into the Kulukoots. They decided to send me to Groenpunt. As I was getting there in Groenpunt, they put me straight into the Kulukoots, and it's electrical shields, and it's chains and everything. And I had words there with that area managers there, because they went and come and accepted me there in the prison. And there was a warden there, very old man, a black man. He was light of complexion. At that time, when he spoke that words to me, I felt nothing. But in years in prison, it came back to me. He tells me, he works in prison, he's very long. He's about 45 years that he's been working in prison. He wants to tell me, if I don't change my mindset, or I don't come to a place in your life where you accept what happened to you. Because his exact words was like this: people like you, there's only 2 roads for you. Only 2 roads. You die in prison, or you never get out of prison. If I carry on the way that I did carry on, I wouldn't be sitting here today. And yeah, so I went onto this weekend for the Kairos, because they sent us back from Central. There was a big story going on with the colonels there and the colonels there and what. So they sent us back to Krugersdorp. They kept us in single cells, and they had Kairos. And there we find salvation. And the Lord changes my life. You know, the time that I gave my heart to the Lord Jesus Christ, I went to the Owens, I told him, hey, Owens, I'm sorry. I know there's only one gate in, there's no other gate out. You know, when you're in, there's so. But I just ask you, give me this time. I've been in prison for nearly 13 years. I was, say, 9, 10 years in my prison sentence. Then I was still in maximum prisons. Then I was still a C group. So I done my time for the Owens, for the Nkosi, and for the number. I had plenty of sacrifices that I done for it. And, that's why I say there's respect. There is respect amongst the Owens. And they give me that Mzuzus, they give me that time to find myself. When I got out, I went and look for work, struggle for work. And luckily, the day when I got just discharged, I had about 32,000 Rand cash on me. Where I am today, I met a very wonderful man. Because everyone, I went about 6-7 places, applied for jobs. And lucky for me, I had that money that I get out. And so I could, pay my rent, stuff up front. And as I was looking for work, I started to getting discouraged again. Very discouraged. And I asked the Lord, I'm here today, I'm out. I asked Jesus, what now? Because if I'm going back to Krugersdorp and staying in Krugersdorp or any town or any place, for sure I'm going back. Because that's the only life I know. I've been in that life for how long? And I had a job interview with an oak that started his shop. And I've already explained to about 9 people my whole situation. People that I went that want mechanics. But after I tell them my story, no, we will phone you. Up until today, not one phone call from them, not one. So I met this man. I don't want to call his name. I'm still, up until today, I'm with him. And I told him my whole story from the beginning. I'm out of prison. This is what happened. I'm looking for a work. You know what was the first words he asked me? Oh, do you have food? Do you have a place to stay and do you have clothes? That was his first words. I told him, I'm all right with that, I'm only looking for a work. He gave me a place to stay here. It was an old shop. We turned it into a little flat. And I want to thank him today for giving a chance. And I want to ask people outside, well, I'm also outside. When people get out, don't judge them. Don't condemn them. Because you could have been in the same position as that person. And you youngsters, don't idolize gangsters. There's good and there's bad. But it's really not worth it.